Greetings. This is Professor Pramod Parazuli giving update on a process that we have been starting, me and probably at this point 85 people have been gathered, but we are getting new entries every day. This is umbrella concept. It is called Nepali Himali Dream to Design. So it's the beginning of a long-term process for which we have planned certain activities to be completed by the end of December with a 10-day festive celebration in a municipality called Madi in Chitwan. And this I will, in English, I will just offer a brief update on what we are doing, and then in Nepali language, I will describe several aspects of it in about 2-3 minute, 5-minute segments. The major purpose of this initiative, called the Nepali Himali Dream to Design, is to illuminate, to present the case of Nepal and the Himalayan region. Nepal is the core at this point, but we will be expanding in the regional level very gradually and probably sooner than later, is to give the ecological expression of our culture, of our nature, of our culinary system, of our performativity, of our health system, and we will be harvesting from one of the most richest, what in anthropology and ecology we call it bioculturally diverse group of people coming together to inhabit in such a diverse ecosystem that in my own country, Nepal, we have from 500 feet as low as that to, of course, everybody knows about Sagarmatha Mount Everest, which is 29,000 feet. And very interestingly, the elevation goes very rapidly from 500 feet, then the valleys, then a smaller range of, we call it the Churi Hills, then the Mahabharat range, and then the high mountain, the snow line, all that. So within this range, people-wise, culture-wise, and linguistically also, we have one of the most diverse ecosystem there, with probably anywhere between 125 to 135 recognized linguistic groups spread over a range of altitudes where we want to capture what I call it the kind of altitude or what I forgot the word, vertical biocultural diversity. And Nepal is one of those places, and I have seen similar places in the Indies, like Peru, Colombia, that area I'm more familiar with. We want to capture that as the core element of regeneration. Here we will bring the best practices at this point globally of regenerative studies, regenerative learning, and regenerative leadership. So from now on, now we are in the first week of July, and a process of these 85 people plus, every day new people are coming in, joining in, going towards this 10-day celebration in December, between December 12 and December 21. We want to create a plurimedia documentation and a live process of creating and presenting a new set of ideas about Nepali and Himali complex and landscapes. Right now, after about 35 years of a new democratic phase that is started in 1990 with the kind of constitutional monarchy. Then in 2006, 20 years of kind of a republic setup. In Nepal, we have kind of a vortex of ambitions, expectations, and the old paradigm of governance, of institutions are not keeping up with the expectation. And Nepalese seem to be at this point one of the most versatile and people ready for digital engagement in such a way. So a new generation are needing to kind of enter into that arena and shine globally, and at least 1/3 of Nepalese are away from the country. They are learning all kinds of skills. They are participating even at the leadership level, including myself. I am a professor, a graduate of Stanford University, but I have deep roots in Nepal. I come from a peasant society. We have hundreds of thousands of people like me. So one of the core objective of this is to articulate, to document all the expressions that Nepal and the Himalayan landscape have, and share with ourselves to build a new vision, new dream with design. It's just not talking head. It's more about designing our houses with the local material like the bamboo and the earth and the rocks and fiber materials from the forest, creating a forest economy, creating a soil economy, creating a water economy, and we hope to gather within the 10-day as a kind of a concluding celebration and festive occasion, most likely 250 success stories of regeneration. How we are regenerating ecological aspects, regenerating soil, river systems, and we have a lot of challenges because last 75 years of development regime did a lot of destruction of those ecosystems, which I call life system. We have compromised that a lot. Then the livelihood, because the life system has been compromised, livelihood has been difficult for people, so people are going outside the country to find labor. We need to bring that indigenous, the way we used to work with the land, with the river system, with the water system, with the forest system. We want to regenerate that economy with the new design skills. So I would say maybe most likely 250 best case examples will be demonstrated during the 10-day. And the idea is that everybody, and my conservative estimate is about 555 people will be on the spot, and most likely it might go to 1500 in that municipality, just at the border with India, next to the national park, where people from 75 districts of Nepal are residing in this lowland of Nepal, where we thought it would be perfect place to start. And one of the the idea is that from each we expect them to share what they know, what skill they have, what dream they have, what design they have, and then each person then will learn what they need to learn about water or soil or classroom or curriculum or forest or whatever they need to. So it's going to be an open platform for sharing and teaching, giving workshops, demonstrations, films, and learning what they need to learn. So at the end, by November we will have a questionnaire saying what can you give, what do you need to learn, and come here. So that kind of platform we are making. So here we have a kind of a proven method of inquiry, method of engagement, and method of contributing towards a regenerative dream and design, and which I call 4D process. That is, each person will be doing their diagnosis of where they are, what is happening, then wildest dream, then design will be the most important part, that will be 60% will be design, and delivery. For example, a school teacher, she is teaching geography or social science or mathematics, right? But then during this 10-day process and during the preparation for five months from now on, she will be, let's say she is one of the participants, she will be figuring out what she needs to become an effective mathematics teacher, and we will be offering her resources throughout the process, and then during the 10 days she will be sharing what she knows and what she needs to know. So I want to welcome all the audience who will be listening to this amazing process, and the details of this process I will be explaining in Nepali language, because primarily Nepali language speakers will be participating in it in other sessions.